This screencast is to walk you through the steps in creating a Google form to track the teacher goal setting process as part of your Becoming a Reflective Teacher implementation in your school district. So we start by being logged into the Google account, and this is you as the administrator who's creating the form, and we click the New button and pull down to More and go to the purple Google Forms icon. When that pops up, we're going to name our form. So I click up where it says Untitled Form, and I will call this Teacher Goal Setting Record 2015-16 Becoming a Reflective Teacher. And by doing that, right now the system is automatically creating a spreadsheet for me that all of this data will feed into later, and I will show you that. So when you're creating this form from within your Google domain, the top two boxes are tied to school-specific domains, and that will automatically collect the username of the person creating the form and require them to have a school account within your system to complete the form. I think both of those are important for you to check those boxes. It's also helpful for people to know where they are in the progress of the form, so I usually go ahead and show progress bar at the bottom of the form. So you can see it's automatically named it, and we're going to go ahead and outline the data that we want to collect in this form. So we've automatically collected the username. We're also going to collect the staff member's name. So we'll go ahead here and just type name. Now you could go ahead and type in each individual name, but most of you have student information systems where you can export teacher names from the system to save typing them in. I've set up a demo here where I've gone ahead and exported or created some names to use for this system. So I'm just going to highlight the list of teacher names, copy that, and go back to my form, click on the answer sheet, and paste those in. Now notice that I already had those in alphabetical order and they copied over in alphabetical order. If your teacher names are not in alphabetical order, you'll want to get them in alphabetical order first in your spreadsheet just to make it easier to use your form. Now by default, it's a multiple choice question, but I would prefer that to be a pop-up list as this question is right here. So I will choose from a list. And we'll go ahead and go to the next question. So I'll say add item. Another thing we want to know about our staff is which school are they assigned to. So I will go ahead and type in school/building. And for this option, our teachers are either in one of 5 schools. They are in red elementary, blue elementary, green middle school, orange high school, or purple alternative school. Now, it isn't uncommon for teachers to be between 2 buildings, and they often take that very seriously and don't want to choose one. So I usually, in situations like this, choose add other, where they can type in an answer as they'd like to. So I'll leave that a multiple choice question. I'll also write in the help text, please choose the building, the school where you spend the majority of your teaching day. Okay. And we'll go ahead and go to the next question. We also want to know who the supervising administrator is for that teacher. And in this particular case, it's one of 4 people. The first option is Dr. Shoemake. The second is Dr. Lofquist. The third is Dr. Gendra. And the fourth is Mrs. Jones. So those are the options of who supervises the staff in our demonstration school. So that question's finished, and we'll go ahead to add the next item. Another thing we want to know, since this is about collecting their goal information for the year, is what is your plan for improvement this year? And that they're going to need a paragraph to type that in. So we'll go ahead and just choose a paragraph text question and we'll say done. Now I probably should have asked their goal first, so I'll go ahead and add an item and I'll say, what is your Marzano goal and element number for this year? Now, I could type in all of the 41 elements and the goal numbers, but instead I'll go ahead and refer to a spreadsheet where I've already written those out, and I can certainly share that with anybody who would like it. And I'll go ahead and choose here in column C. I have already recorded all of these, so I will copy that information down to line, we've got 41 elements, so we go to line 42, I believe. Let me move over here. Keep going. So we want to get clear down to element 41. And I'll go ahead and copy that, go back to the form, and I want this to be a choose from list question 2. I'll click where it says option 1 and I'll do a paste, and it automatically pastes in all 41 elements. So we've got that question done. Now, I probably should have asked that before I asked their plan. So I'm just going to go ahead and go into my form and drag that question to where I need it. So you can always change the order of your questions anytime you're in the form edit view. It's time to add another item. So we've got their goal, we've got their plan to implement their goal. Now we'd like to know, what tools do you need to accomplish your goal? And this helps you as an administrator know what resources your teachers are expecting to need in order to accomplish what their plan is for the year. And again, we'll give them a whole paragraph to be able to write that. So I'll go ahead and click done. And next we want to know what evidence will you collect to show that your strategy is effective? So we want to know, when you implement this goal, did it work with kids, and how will you know? So again, we'll give them a paragraph to be able to write about that. So we'll go ahead and click done. Now, so if we scroll back to the top of our page, the first thing teachers do is choose their name. They choose their building, they choose their supervisor, and then they let us know what their goal is. So that will be a pop-up list that they choose from. They let us know what their plan is, what tools they'll need to accomplish their goal, and what evidence they'll collect to know if their strategy is effective. And right now, none of the questions are required, and most likely you will want all of those required. So to go back to edit a question, you just put your cursor over there and over the question and tap it down, and then you'll see this required question box that comes up at the bottom of each one. So we'll go in and make each of the questions that we have here required. And I'll click that required box. We'll go back and click the required box. And if you noticed anything you wanted to change in a question, just by clicking on that question and it pops into edit mode, you can easily go in and change anything about the question that you'd like. So I'll make this a required question, and I will make this a required question. Click here, make that required. And we're done. So we've got all of the questions that we want to use in our form, but it doesn't look that inviting as a form. So we'll go ahead and go into change theme. And at the right hand side of your page, you'll see some options for, you can choose from pre-made options. I like to have something related to the school at the top of the screen. So I'll go ahead and choose basic and then click customize. And we'll just put an image at the top of the screen that corresponds to our school. I usually get these just from doing screenshots of websites when I'm working with schools. So you will likely have an image that you would like to include as part of your school plan. So I'll go ahead and just choose an image that I have here. And that's from a school that I worked with last week. And we've got a form that looks nice. So if we want to see what the form looks like, we click at the top of the screen to view live form. And we can see this is what the teachers would see when they go in to fill out this form. So it looks ready to go for me. And we'll go ahead and stop this video here, and we'll look at the results that you would get from this form in the next video.